Hello students, how are you all? Hoping you are doing well with the chemistry content of organic section. And you remember that we were doing our lesson number 10, haloalkanes and haloarenes. Hoping that you have seen my earlier videos of preparation of alkyl halides. Let us proceed now further with preparation of haloarenes or aryl halides. Students, I would request you all to like the video if you are definitely liking, share, and of course subscribe to the channel too. Okay, let us start preparing the haloarenes or aryl halides. Now students, you are knowing what haloarenes basically are. Haloarenes are nothing but the compounds which are having a aromatic ring in them attached by a halogen. Okay, now let us see how you can prepare them from hydrocarbons first. Now hydrocarbons, again you are aware, compounds containing carbon and hydrogen, and in that we will see that we are preparing haloarenes by halogenation. Okay, and that too by electrophilic substitution reaction. So let us have a look at the reaction. Suppose you are taking an aromatic hydrocarbon. You are very well aware about this, that is your benzene. Now you are making its reaction with a halogen like that of Cl in the presence of anhydrous, let us take anhydrous AlCl3, and you will see that you will get back the product as chlorobenzene. Okay, this is chlorobenzene plus HCl. Now let me tell you the mechanism related to this. Okay, what the probable mechanism can be for this particular obtaining the chlorobenzene. So just very shortly I would be explaining you the mechanism. Fine. Now in that, the first step is nothing but generation of electrophile, because as I said, you are going to see electrophilic substitution reactions taking place. So first is generation of electrophile. Let us see how it is generated. You are taking Cl2, this, and AlCl3. Okay, now let me tell you anhydrous it is. Anhydrous AlCl3 you are taking. Yeah, let me tell you a few points about this. Yeah, AlCl3 is a Lewis acid. Okay, so yeah, when it is behaving as a Lewis acid, it is electron deficient. So this you need to remember about AlCl3. Okay, now when this is reacting, Cl2 is reacting with AlCl3, you see that AlCl3 is Lewis acid, it is electron deficient. So the bond which is there between Cl and Cl here will be attracted by Cl. Thereby you will see that the AlCl4 plus Cl minus, Cl plus will be formed. Okay, that is the bond between Cl and Cl will be inclined towards AlCl3. Fine. Now this Cl plus which is formed is referred to as your electrophilic ion. Okay, generally, and specifically if we want to call, we can call this, as it is Cl, we can call it as chloronium ion. Fine. Now as I said, first step in the mechanism is generation of electrophile. So yes, electrophile we have generated, right? Electrophiles are nothing but electron loving species. Fine. Okay, now let us move further with the second step in this, and that is attack of this electrophile. Where? Obviously on benzene. Okay, so let us see that this particular benzene is taken and your electrophile, that is Cl plus, is attacking on it. Now what happens here is this particular double bond, let us see that, is being considered as a moving of electrons considering their negative sign and here plus. So what will be the product obtained here would be Cl can be attached here, and then here at this particular place you will have a positive charge. As I said, you just need to consider that there are electrons shifting this side, so negative sign here, this Cl will be attracted towards the electron, so it will be attacking at this place, leaving this place deficient in electrons, so developing a positive charge over it. And these bonds are not disturbed, so they will remain as such. Okay. Now students, this particular carbocation which you are able to see formed here is stable. Now why is this stable? So it is stable due to resonance. So you are aware about the resonance. Let me show you the resonating structure for this. Like this, you can see if I am taking this as Cl and this, the same thing I have taken over here. Okay, just to show you the resonance of these structures. Now you know that what can happen, this particular pair of electron can move to para place, thereby developing a bond between the second and third carbons, like this. So you now have here a positive charge, here you will have a double bond, and again a double bond, and Cl. Okay, the same way it takes place, that positive sign will be forming a bond over here, and this particular electrons will be moving further. Resonance is nothing but, students, pi electrons keeps on rotating within the ring. So here now you will have a positive charge where this and this are the new bonds, and your Cl is formed like this. So these are nothing but the resonating structures for your the stable carbocation formed. Now students, as such you can say that for all of these three, the hybrid structure which we write can be written like this. At the center you write plus. This is the resonance hybrid structure for all the resonating structure. Okay, resonance hybrid structure it is. Fine. Now it is sometimes also called as sigma complex, the intermediate sigma complex. Fine. So that was your second step, that is attack of electrophile. Now let us see the third step is all about. The third step is nothing but the loss of proton. You may be thinking where the proton is. So just see, the same thing I am taking, the carbocation formed a species, and here you will see that here you have H. Okay, so now we need to remove this. So what happens? Now AlCl3 which is there formed, you can see in the first step here, can be taken in the last step in the mechanism to show and help you in release or loss of this particular proton H. So now when that is released, you can see that this H will be released with one of the Cl of AlCl3, and a double bond will be formed over here. So you get back chlorobenzene, HCl is released. The proton is there which is released from here in the form of HCl in the product, and your AlCl3, the catalyst acting as in the full reaction, comes as it is out. So students, you are knowing that this particular catalyst which is helping you in the reaction, just at last it comes out as such. So you can see in this particular mechanism, finally your product chlorobenzene is formed by this particular stepwise mechanism. Now you can use any Lewis acid, students. Here I said Lewis acid, anhydrous AlCl3 we have used. We can use any. I mean there are many. So let me name few of the Lewis acids for you. Okay. Fine. So see, let us make a note of certain acids, Lewis acids, which you can take in this reaction. You can take AlCl3, which I already told. You can also take AlBr3. You can also take FeCl3. You can also take ZnCl2. Okay, you can also take then BF3. You can take FeBr3, etc. All these you can take as your Lewis acid behaving as your catalyst. Okay, fine. So let us proceed further with the another reaction now, students. What if I am telling you that I wish to prepare a bromobenzene rather than chlorobenzene? So then the reaction again is very simple. You are taking benzene and you are making its reaction with Br2. As I said, I can take FeBr3 also. So I take FeBr3 or I can take AlCl3 too. AlCl3 also can be taken instead of FeBr3. But why I am writing FeBr3 is the mechanism remains the same as I have shown you here for Cl. But suppose if you are taking AlCl3, then here you will have FeCl3 and Br minus, and here you will have Br plus. I hope you have got what I meant to convey. So the product in this case also would be your bromobenzene, shown like this with HBr released. Okay, so what I wanted to convey is Br2 plus FeBr3 will also give you an electrophilic ion like this, where you will have FeBr4 minus plus your Br plus, the electrophilic ion. Okay, now this electrophilic ion will also be produced if you are taking AlCl3 here. In that case, here you can write AlCl3, with that you write Br minus, fine, which will be then utilized in this particular last step. So students, this was how you can prepare from hydrocarbons your chloro and your bromobenzene, fine. Now let us see that how your iodobenzene can be prepared, fine. So now let us move to further reaction for preparation of your iodobenzene. Now let me show you something very interesting in case of formation of iodobenzene. When you are taking benzene, you may be thinking like, let us react iodine, right, with Ali3, and as you have formed chloro and bromo, here also iodobenzene will be formed. No doubt, here iodobenzene will be formed like this. But students, this particular reaction of formation of your iodobenzene with benzene is a reversible reaction. Now this is an important point. This is an important point. The reaction is reversible. So okay students, you can see that this particular reaction, as I said, is a reversible reaction. Now why is this reversible? Now actually reaction is reversible due to formation of this HI. Now what work does this HI do? So now this HI actually is a very strong reducing agent, and what it does, you know, it reduces iodobenzene back to benzene. Okay, so it is a reversible process because of formation of your HI. That is what I have written. Now what can be the solution for this? Yeah, we definitely have to find the solution, and the solution will be, we can use strong oxidizing agent like concentrated HNO3 or hydroiodic acid, HiO4, which oxidizes HI to I2. That is, you take 2HI and you react it with concentrated HNO3, and it undergoes oxidation to HI. HI undergoes oxidation to I2 and water. Fine. Now students, we have seen preparation of chloro, bromo and iodobenzene, but an important point regarding fluorobenzene is fluorobenzenes or fluoroarenes cannot be prepared as reaction is very violent. What happens in this case is the reaction basically cannot be easily controlled, right, to directly prepare this particular fluoro compounds by fluorinating the aromatic compounds. I hope you are understanding. Fine. Let us proceed further. Same type of reactions when you are carrying it out, that is chlorination of toluene. Now toluene is nothing but benzene. Over that you have CS3. Now you are taking Cl2 in FeCl3. Now students, here also the mechanism remains the same. You are seeing that, you will see that Cl2 reacts with FeCl3 initially to liberate your electrophilic ion, and then as I just now explained you the mechanism, this particular electrophilic ion will attack your toluene, and finally in the third step it will release proton. So now ultimately it is electrophilic ion Cl plus, okay, which will be attacking here. Now in this reaction, slight change is there. is because earlier reaction when you did chlorination of benzene, all the 6 places were equivalent. All 6 carbons and 6 hydrogens of benzene were equivalent, but that is not the situation over here because one of the hydrogens of benzene here has been replaced by CH3. So one of the carbon is definitely not an equivalent to other 5 carbons. So now the places where this particular electrophilic ion can attack are these 5 positions. So this group CH3 in toluene is referred to as an inductive group. Now this group decides the position of the incoming electrophilic ion, that is Cl+. Now it is said that this is ortho-para-directing group. Okay, it shows plus I effect. It shows plus I effect and it is all ortho-para-directing group. So the incoming Cl+ will be attacking at ortho and para positions. Let me give you some examples of other ortho-para-directing groups which I have written. CH3 or any alkyl group. Like as I have taken CH3, you can take any alkyl group like C2H5, C3H7. Then OH minus, hydroxyl group, methoxy group, OCH3, amine group, NH2. All of these are ortho-para-directing groups. Now students, let us take another reaction of a similar kind of halogenation of hydrocarbons. Here hydrocarbon which I have taken is benzaldehyde. Benzaldehyde is nothing but benzene. Over that you have CHO. Now you are doing its chlorination in the presence of FeCl3. You may be thinking it also would be obtaining the product like that as you have obtained here for ortho and para. No. Actually you need to see the type of the inductive group in the aromatic hydrocarbon. Here the CHO group is meta-directing group. Okay. So the incoming electrophilic ion will be attached at the meta position. Fine. So the product you obtain back is metachlorobenzaldehyde. Now students, again let me bring to your notice certain meta-directing groups. Here you have CHO, COOH, CONH2, COOCH3, amine and ester, nitro group and cyano groups. All these are your meta-directing groups. Okay. Now let us further study the other second way of preparing your haloarine compounds. Okay. First, I have brought to your notice how you can prepare, that is from your hydrocarbon. So, okay, now let us prepare your haloarenes from your amines. You can see I have written for you from amines. When you are preparing, amines are nothing but compounds which are containing NH2 functional group in them. I have taken aniline. When you write benzene and over that one of the hydrogen replaced by an amine group, it forms aniline. Now this is a primary type of amine compound. When you are making its reaction with sodium nitrite and NO2 plus HCl or HNO2. Now here one important thing which you need to know is the temperature. That is, the temperature for this reaction is to be maintained between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. That is, the reaction has been carried out at a lower temperature. And you will see that it leads to the formation of benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, N2Cl minus, benzene diazonium chloride. Now students, this particular reaction of formation of BDC from, that is benzene diazonium chloride from aniline, is referred to as diazotization reaction. Okay. Now let us discuss further what this particular benzene diazonium chloride can carry out further or help us in preparing the haloarine compounds. Now students, in my next video I will definitely let you the mechanism of formation of benzene diazonium chloride from aniline. So catch me in the next video for preparation and mechanism of BDC from aniline. But for the time being, let us proceed further with the reactions which BDC can undergo. So when benzene diazonium chloride is made to react with Q plus bromide in the presence of HBr, bromobenzene is formed with liberation of N2. Similarly, when Q plus chloride is made to react in the presence of HCl, you will see that chlorobenzene is formed. Same way, when Ki is made to react with BDC, you will see, and you warm the reaction, you lead to formation of iodobenzene. Now here students, this too, chloro and bromo formation, chloro and bromobenzene formation is referred to as Sandmeyer reaction, but yeah, formation of iodobenzene is not a Sandmeyer reaction. Fine. Now two another important naming reactions in context to BDC are, first is Gattermann reaction. Here you are reacting the BDC with Cu, copper metal, in the presence of HCl, which leads to give you chlorobenzene, liberation of nitrogen. Or copper metal with HBr will lead to formation of bromobenzene, liberation of N2. Such type of reactions in the presence of copper metal is referred to as your Gattermann reaction. Now another interesting reaction for the formation of fluorobenzene is Bals-Schiemann reaction. Now students, what is Bals-Schiemann reaction? I told you earlier in my video that you cannot directly let any aromatic compound undergo fluorination to obtain fluorobenzene. I said the reaction is violent. So you can see that here you have taken an intermediate, that is BDC. You are preparing fluorobenzene, but you are not preparing it directly, right? So here you can see this is BDC. When you are making its reaction with HBF4, it gives rise to fluorobenzene, thereby giving you the other byproducts too. So students, you have seen that this particular preparation of haloarenes are involving certain important naming reactions, and hope that you have liked the video, and definitely share the video, subscribe to the channel. Okay, and for the time being, thank you. Catch me in my next video on to the mechanism for diazotization reaction. Thank you all.